Well, greetings everyone. My name is Carl Lawrence A. Balgas, and right now what I'm going to do is to explain to you the content of our class, which is the main.java. As you can see here, we have the import Java, the tutorial.scanner, of course, so that we can call the package scanner. And also for this class, we named it as main. We also initialize as the scanner new scanner system, and so that we can use it whenever we want. And as you can see here, we also initialize as the management module class, so that we can use its function on this, or we can call the function of management module class into this class, of course. And also, as you can see here, on from line number 9 until 19, we already have an initialized or predefined personnel for the dentist persons. Okay. Yes, of course, boolean running is equals to true, so that whenever the running variable turns into false, it will break this looping. Okay, we use a do while loop for this one. So for do while, it will first display these menus and also ask for the user to input his or her desired option from 1 to 5, of course, so that whenever the user inputs an invalid option or not a number from 1 to 5, it will display an invalid input like this. Please choose valid option between 1 and 5. Oh, okay, so and of course, whenever the user satisfies the condition or for this loop, it will proceed with the switch cases. Okay, as you can see here, we have the 5 cases. So management that book appointment scanner, so we are just calling the function coming from the management, of course, because we already turned the management module class into an object on this class. Okay, same goes with case number 2, number 3, number 4, and of course at the case number 5. So whenever we selected case number 5, it will print thank you for using Denden and Blue Dental Clinic, goodbye, of course. And also it will turn the running variable into full, so that it will break it will break the loop or end the system from keep running. Okay, and from this line we have the scanner close, so that we can end the functionalities of the scanner. Okay, thank you. And now let's proceed with the class name transaction. As you can see here, we imported the Java, the util.array list, so that we can call the package array list. Okay, and also we have these attributes so that we can use it later. And also we initialize this as a constructor for the client and also for the dentist, so that we can identify the service that the dentist provided, and also for the other functions that is within this constructor. Of course, we have the getter methods for client and dentist, and also an add service here, and also a getter method for the array list. Okay, so this is a function named calculate total. So this is just calculating the total amount, of course, for the said service. And let's proceed with function name calculate and test commission. So this is just for this function, this is just returning the commission, or the price, or the quantity of how much the dentist got for each service, or for a total service. Okay, and also for this one, this is just a function that that is being used whenever we are adding a dentist. So the limit is 10%, and the no, that is the minimum, and the maximum is the 40%. Okay, so whenever you are adding a dentist and you entered a commission rate which is higher than 40% or lower than 10%, it will return an invalid um, warning or an error like that. So let's proceed with the function name calculate dentist earnings. So this is just calculating the total earnings that the dentist got. So I will not explain it as a whole, because this is um, common sense. So let's proceed with the next one, which is display transaction. So of course we are displaying transaction. It's either a transaction from the client or a transaction from the dentist. Okay. So that's all. Thank you.
Dongan greetings, my name is Mark Danzanilas and today I will show you what is the purpose of the dentist and person class in our project. In the person class, we see a group of protected variable, one for the name, contact name, and address, and we initialize a constructor to that will assign a value to those fields. And we set a few getter methods to get the value of those fields. Now we move to the dentist class. This dentist class will inherit the person class, which is basically the person class that is discussed earlier, and it will serve as the parent of the dentist class. So in this dentist, we declare a variable to hold the employee ID, commission rate, and an array list to hold the services. Now, we initialize a constructor. Inside the constructor, there is a super keyword. So this keyword basically means that we're calling the constructor the parent class, which is the person class. And inside of that, there is a parameter of it that we declared the same field as the parent class. And if it is not, it will cause an error. Then we instantiate the array list to hold the services that can be customized by the preference of the client. It can be add or delete. And initialize some method, the add method service that have a function to add the services and store it. And we set a few getter methods to get the name, contact name, and the address. That is also have a super keyword. And finally, the toString method, which override the formatting of the display of the information about the dentist.
Dangal greetings, I'm Stephanie Aljo and I'm going to talk about the client class. The client class extends the person class, representing a client with unique attributes such as a client ID, a list of transaction, objects, and a registration date. This class is designed to store and manage client-specific information while leveraging inheritance from person, which provides common attributes like name, contact number, and address. The constructor of the client class initializes the client ID and an empty array list to store transaction records, while also calling the superconstructor to initialize the inherited fields. This ensures that every client has a unique identifier and a record of their transaction. To facilitate interaction with client data, the class provides getter methods for retrieving the client ID, transactions, and registration date, as well as a setter method to update the registration date. The add transaction method allows new transactions to be added to the client's history, enabling tracking of financial activities or service interactions. By overriding the getName, getContactNumber, and getAddress methods, the class ensures that the inherited attributes from person can be accessed without modification while maintaining the integrity of object-oriented principles. The toString method provides a structured and human-readable representation of the client's details, including their unique ID, name, contact information, address, and date of registration. This is useful for displaying client data in logs, reports, or user interfaces. Thank you. So now I'm going to talk about the service class. The service class represents a service that a business offers, encapsulating details such as the service name, price, and available quantity. It has three private attributes: name, price, and quantity. The constructor initializes these attributes using parameters passed during object creation, ensuring that each service instance has a defined name, price, and quantity. Additionally, the class provides three three getter methods: get name, get price, and get quantity, which allow access to this attribute while maintaining encapsulation by preventing direct modification. Thank you.
Dangal greetings, I am Anthony Simon Cavinta. In this line of code, this section sets up the management module class, which manages the dentist and clients. It acts as the central hub for handling clients' registration, dentist listing, and appointment scheduling. Array list, a dynamic list structure to store dentists and clients. Object, scanner, used for users' input. Dentist, stores a list of all registered dentists and clients. Clients, stores a list of all registered clients. Constructor, initializes dentists and clients as empty lists when management module is created. In this part of code, this method allows adding new dentist and client object to their respective lists. Add dentist takes a dentist object and adds it to the dentist list. Add client takes a client object and adds it to the client's list. Booking an appointment. In this part of code, this purpose captures the basic details of the clients who wants to book an appointment. Stores the client's name, contact number, address using scanner for input. Prompts the user for their details. User scanner next line to read input from the user and store it in variables. In this line of code, it ensures the client enters a correctly formatted registration date. In this format, extract the year from the registration date to be used in generating a unique client ID. Uses a do-while loop to ensure the user entered the valid date. The date format is checked using the regular expression. The year is extracted from the date using split to be used later in the client ID generation. In this part of code, assigning a unique client ID. Generates a unique client ID using the format, ensures that each client who registers in the same year gets a sequential number. The ID starts with the registration year followed by 4-digit number. Loops through existing clients to find the highest assigned number for the same year and increments it. Using this string format to format the number as 4 digits. Checking for available dentists. This line of code ensures there are dentists available before proceeding with appointment booking. If dentist is empty, the function exits early using return. In this line of code, displaying available dentists. Displays all available dentists and their list of services. It iterates through the dentist and list and prints each dentist name and services. In this part, it ensures the user selects a valid dentist from the list. Use try-catch to prevent invalid number input from crashing the program. Ensures the selection falls within the valid range of available dentists. Pricing method for services. Return the price of a requested dental service. I use a switch statement to check the service name and returns its corresponding price. The trim to lowercase ensures the input is case sensitive and removes unnecessary spaces.
Greetings, I am Jeneline Besa. This program is designed to manage a dental clinic system, allowing users to handle client and dentist records, view transaction details, update information, and achieve client records when necessary. The system ensures that all transactions are properly recorded and can be accessed efficiently. The Show Client Transactions method displays a list of all clients along with their transactions. It first checks if there are any registered clients, and if not, it informs the user. If client exists, it loops through each one, printing their basic information such as name, contact number, address, and client ID. It then checks whether the client has made any transactions, and if transactions are found, it displays the dentist's name, the services and the client availed, including service name, price, and quantity, the total amount paid, and the total amount paid. If no transactions exist for a client, the program informs the user accordingly. Similarly, the Show Dentist Transactions method displays all registered dentists and their associated transactions. It first checks if there are available dentists and clients. If either is missing, it notifies the user. If dentists exist, it prints each dentist information, including their name, employee ID, contact number, address, and commission rate. The method then scans through all client transactions to find those associated with the dentist, displaying the client's name, services provided, and the total amount paid. Additionally, the program calculates the dentist's total earnings based on their commission from each transaction. If a dentist has no transactions, the system displays a message indicating this. The Manage Records method presents a menu that allows users to choose whether to manage client or dentist records. If the user select the client management option, the program directs them to the Manage Client, which provide further options to update client information or achieve records. The Update Client Info method enables the user to modify a client's name, contact number, or address by entering the client's ID and selecting the relevant field. After updating, the system confirms the archival process. If the client ID is not found, an appropriate message is displayed. Overall, this program efficiently organizes client and dentist data, make it easier to track transactions, update details, and maintain records. By incorporating structured menus and validation checks, it ensures a smooth and user-friendly experience while managing clinical operations.
Greetings, my name is Justin Micaela Pilar, and the next that we will discuss is the management test method in the management module class. So over here we have the public void manage dentist using the scanner object. So dito, makapag-add, update, archive tayo ng dentist. So we have the try catch record na binavalidate niya if the choices or the input is invalid or kung ano man. Mag-return lang siya true if na-met yung condition. Next is, kung mag-a-add naman si dentist, mag-a-add ng dentist ay input niya dito yung name, contact, and address niya at rate. So, pinavalidate rin niya yung rate if tama is in between 10 and 40%. So, if not within the range, so magre-return siya ng invalid rate. So, mag-input ng within range na 10 to 40. And if mali naman, display siya ng pre-center number for the commission rate if the input is not a number. So, after magawa na ma-create si dentist is mag-generate ng unique ID, employee ID with the 4-digit code. Sa kada gagawin, so mag-a-add siya sa kada dentist na makikreate. At ilalagay niya dito, tatawagin niya yung constructor para mailagay the specific dentist na create ng time na yun. So, over here naman is yung list ng services para sa dentist. So, mag-a-add tayo ng service. So, meron tayong fillings, checks up, and teeth whitening extraction. mag-choose kung anong service kayang i-provide ni dentist. So, also have a validation here na tina-check kung tama ba yung options. If not, mag-return siya to input a valid choice. So, we have here switch case para sa mga options na pwedeng pagpilian at ilulup again. So, after niya mamili ng choices, lulup again siya. Magtatanong siya if gusto niya pa mag-add ng service. So, check and then validate niya if yung service na pinabay ay meron na or na-choose na. And then, after makomplete is i-add na sa list ng services. May mga services na pinili sa dentist na in appointment or choose. And then, nakadumalog siya at magko-continue until valid service choice ay napili. So, within the option lang siya, mag-loop siya hanggang yung condition niya is mag-true. So, if gusto naman ni user mag-add pa ng services, you have the option to pick. So, between 1 and 2, you have the option. Over here. Binavalidate lang niya between 1 and 2 if yes or no. Kung gusto pa mag-add ng services kay dentist. If not, i-add na si dentist sa add dentist. Okay. At magpapakita ng confirmation na si dentist ay na-add na. And then after that, we have public void update dentist method. Also, with object scanner. So, dito naman, hinihingi niya yung dentist ID para ma-update. And then, mamimili siya kung anong i-update, kung yung name, contact number, and address. In a switch case, dito, ipipili siya sa options. And then, yung option na condition na pinili niya, itatawagin yung functions, methods, para magawa yung functions na kailangan niya i-execute. So, if invalid naman yung choice o wala, ay mapapakita ng dentist not found. If tama yung lahat ng options na ginawa at nakompleto niya, is naglalabas ng dentist information updated successfully. So, after nun, ito naman yung option na public void archive dentist. So, pipili niya kung sinong dentist ang i-archive by pressing the ID. By pressing the ID or entering the ID to archive. So, nilulot niya yung buong dentist size na chinecheck if yung ID ay nandun. If nandun, nire-remove. And then, nire-return niya ang nire-return niya, sabi ang dentist ay na-record or na-archive successfully. If wala naman, hindi nakuha yung ID, employee ID, ay nire-return niya na dentist not found. And then, sine-check if yung record is empty. And nire-return niya client and dentist. Ayan. And then, sa last part naman, sine-check public boolean is record empty. So, sine-check dito kung client ba at si dentist ay empty. So, nare-return natin ang tawag na is empty at is empty method from the clients and dentist class.